Counting calories, fat diets, diet pills, eating fat-free, we've all been there, right? But now we're more confused than ever before. Today, we're going to take a hardcore look at weight loss and show you how you can lose the weight, and we'll cut through all the confusion from nutrition labels to show you what you should eat to lose pounds and inches without the dreaded D word, diet. Today on David. I'd like to welcome Carmela and Gabby to the show. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, David.
Both Carmela and Gabby contacted me in desperation to lose weight and get some answers to stop their yo-yo dieting. Take a look at this.
Hi David, my name is Gabby. I just got home from work and as you can see I had to pick something up on the way in. I've been trying to lose 10 pounds for my 30th birthday next year forever and I don't know what to do. I've been a yo-yo dieter practically all my life. I've done low carbs, no carbs, Atkins, South Beach. I've done it all, you name it, I've done it. Now there's this new thing with these coffee beans. I mean, what is that? Who does that? With the economy the way it is, I have no time to cook. I don't know what to cook if I had to cook. I have 2 jobs. It's really hard. I've tried to eat healthy by buying these gluten-free cookies. Supposedly they help out to lose weight. Nothing. I've bought wheat bread because I've heard that white carbs are bad for you. Still nothing. I've bought almond milk because I've heard that dairy products are bad for you, they make you fat. I don't know which one to pick. Is it almond milk? Is it soy milk? Is it regular milk? Are dairies even bad for you? I really need help. I'm super frustrated and this would really make my 30th birthday a lot better if I could lose these 10 pounds.
Hi, David. My name is Carmela. I'm a working mom. I have a beautiful 9-month-old little girl. I gained about 65 pounds in my pregnancy, so I've had to put a lot of effort in trying to get the weight off, but I'm stuck and I can't lose this last 30 pounds. I've tried everything from uploading apps, counting calories. I run every day. I walk with the baby every chance I get. I'm still breastfeeding, so that should burn an extra 500 calories, I'm told, but I still just can't get the weight off. If you could please help, I'd really appreciate it. Please help me get back to my pre-pregnancy weight.
Okay, sounds like you guys are looking for a quick fix.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got a special treat for you. I'd like to introduce the resident expert, Paul Christopher, a South Florida fitness professional and owner of Gravity and Oxygen. We call him PC around here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
What do you see going on here?
Self-defeating cycle, I see a lot of barriers to success in both of them, but each of them for different reasons.
What would you suggest for them to do so they can get their weight under control?
Well, work seems to be an underlying theme with both of you, working a lot. I would say that we all understand we all have to work. Right. There are things we can do around work. So if you have a long commute, let's shorten the commute by maybe living closer to where we actually work.
Yeah, but Gabby has 2 jobs. I mean, sometimes when you have 2 jobs, it could be different parts of the city, and she's unable to get close to home.
I really analyzed her video, and seeing her video, I see the fast food bag. And I see her saying that she picked something up on the way home from work.
Right. See, let me be frank with you.
Okay.
We understand that we have to eat healthy and we have to exercise. Okay, we got that. We still can't lose the weight. Help us.
Okay, well, let me take each of you as an individual case. So with Gabby, all right, I see the fast food bag, and you say you pick something up on the way from home. Mm-hmm. What that does is that's impulsive eating. And most times when we eat impulsively, we eat for pleasure as opposed to eating for function.
But how can that possibly be? I mean, what if I'm eating a salad? Salads are healthy. Not necessarily are they going to be bad.
True, but one healthy meal doesn't necessarily change everything. You guys both want short-term fixes, and the actual term diet is a short-term solution, when actually what we need is a lifetime nutritional plan. We eat for life. We eat every day, don't we? So a diet is actually a misnomer, a misconception.
I'm an attorney, and so I have a very demanding career, and I commute an hour each way to work every day. I don't have time to grocery shop. I don't have time to, I squeeze everything in. And I exercise, I eat healthy, but I just can't get this weight off. Okay. So tell me something outside of the box. Both of us, I believe, we've tried all these different diets. We have utilized all the resources that are out there, and we're hoping that you're going to do exactly what David promised, that you're going to give us that
I don't believe you utilized all the resources. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. But I don't think you've run the gamut of what opportunities are available for you. Okay? Gabby, let me go back to you here. Okay? Well, you mentioned a long commute. Well, what I would do as a solution is think about living closer to your work. So if you're driving an hour each way, why don't you drive in half an hour each way?
Yeah, but everybody can't just pick up and go closer to their jobs. What if people work in neighborhoods that are expensive to live in and they can't afford that? They have to live in outer cities. I mean, what's the solution there?
Well, let me ask you this. How's your current situation working out for you?
It's working out perfectly fine. I like where I live. I like where I work.
I know you want, to cut the commute, but I mean,
that's-
everybody can't do that. I'm one person. There's other people out there that can't do what I can do. What I have an understanding to be of some type of diet is going to keep me in shape. But when it comes to working out, I mean, where am I going to squeeze that in? Am I really? I mean, I get home at 7 and I go to sleep at 2 o'clock shipping packages. I got to get up for work at 7 again in the morning. I mean, am I going to sacrifice my sleep that I already do on an everyday to get up an hour earlier and go run?
Well, you're already sacrificing your health by being a workaholic.
Yeah, but we have a lifestyle to keep
It's
up
bills.
with.
Okay, so then it's more about lifestyle and materialistic things than it is about actual ultimate happiness with your health.
I mean, not really. I mean, do I want to downsize my life? It's not about me having luxuries. It's about me living good. I mean, everybody wants to live nice.
But do you really think you're living rich or are you living richly?
I think I'm living to the means that make me happy
She's
right
trying to
now.
listen, like she's typical of most people out there. She's trying to work as hard as she can, get multiple jobs to be able to pay her rent. And pay her rent, put food on her table, educate their children, and be able to do what they need to do.
David, I agree with you that she is working hard, but the problem is that her priorities are out of order.
Which are
okay?
paying the bills.
Not necessarily paying the bills, it's paying a certain type of bill. It's about having a certain roof over your head, not just having a roof over your head. It's about certain material things, when actually the ultimate happiness is your health.
No.
That should be your first
I mean, I
priority.
get it. I get what you're saying, but I really don't understand how I need to downsize my life because I need to look good. Or I mean, it's only really, for me, in my case, it's only 10 pounds. So, I mean, what is it that I need to do to
Okay.
lose 10 measly little pounds?
So that brings up
and then I
another
can
subject. Why did
squeeze
you
it?
pick up number 10? Why not the number 8 or why not the number 15?
Well, because like many people in America, many women do not want to be stick figures, and that's a big deal nowadays. And I'm very comfortable being a thick woman.
likes her
I'm a
curves.
Latina, and I like my curves. I mean, there are parts of my body that I want to shrink, like everybody else, but I personally don't want to be no stick figure. So I think 10 pounds is a good weight for me.
Well, actually, you're inaccurate in that statement because most magazines, if you notice, you don't see heavier set, curvy women in magazines. Okay,
But
the general standard.
that's the beginning of it. That's
Correct.
a whole other show.
Okay.
Because that's the beginning
Correct.
of a problem.
Now she's talking about a cultural thing.
Yeah.
She is Cuban from Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a certain expectation or look to a Cuban curvy Miami woman.
But here's the thing, though. Is it 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 25 pounds, and the perception of what we think you're going to look like when you lose the 10 pounds? Or is it a certain, what you want to see when you see in the mirror? And you may get to 10 pounds and not look like what you think it is.
David, the
So-
actual number on a scale is irrelevant because it actually has to do with the composition of your body weight, not the actual number on a scale.
Exactly.
Okay? And your expectation of looking altruistic based upon a number is false.
So what's the solution?
Right, exactly.
What's the solution?
The solution is that there are no quick fixes. Everybody wants the championship, but nobody wants to practice for it. Eat right and exercise. Pre-plan your meals. Are you exercising at all right now, Gabby?
Well, I was exercising.
The answer on the table is yes or no. Are
at
you
the
exercising
moment
at
when
all?
I get an opportunity.
Okay, and how often is your opportunities?
Maybe once a week.
Okay, maybe once. Okay.
Maybe once a week.
How much time should somebody get in a week that's optimal for somebody who has no time, 2 jobs, barely has time to do anything? How much time should they both get?
The simple principle is if they're not willing to modify their life, they're not going to get the changes that you want.
I have a question.
Okay.
She wants to lose 10 pounds, I want to lose 30. What different approaches should we be taking?
Well, once again, you guys are playing with numbers. But so let's say if you lose that 10 or you lose that 30 on a scale, will you ultimately be happy or is there more to that? I mean, is that the end of your life if you've achieved your goal of 10 or 30
No,
pounds?
I'd like to maintain the weight.
Because you like to maintain the weight loss.
Right.
Okay, so then you
Or
need
that
to keep
desired
doing the
weight.
things that will require change. But if you're not willing to change, these results will never happen.
So-
You're not willing to move closer to your job. You're not willing to go to the grocery store. You're not willing to work less.
No,
so
I'm
what
willing
is
to go
going
to
to
the
give?
grocery store.
What is going to give for you to create change since you're not willing to change at
No,
all?
I am willing to change. I just want something that's comfortable for my lifestyle that I can work around and I can still at the same
There's
time be
gotta be-
Okay,
successful.
here's the dose of reality, okay? You want something that's comfortable, but what you want is that's comfortable is convenient. And looking a certain way and feeling a certain way is not convenient.
As a fitness
a lot of
professional,
people
it may
do that.
be easy for you to put those in the forefront.
But I've made that,
I'm not a
I've
fitness
chosen.
professional, so therefore it's not my main
Because of what I
priority.
do doesn't necessarily mean that I have to be a certain way. Just because I happen to be a personal trainer, yes, it is one industry where you actually have to look like your profession. How does a doctor supposed to look? How does an engineer supposed to look? How does an attorney supposed to look? But a personal trainer is supposed to be an envision of health, correct? So just because of what I do doesn't necessarily mean that I have to abide by
but
that,
it
but I
gives you
have
the
to.
time
But this is-
to work out
but PC,
and eat healthy.
You have to create your time, but you're not willing to budge on your time.
That's not true. I might be able to if it feels like it's
So if I
something
said,
comfortable for
okay,
me.
to create time, move closer to your job, you would say, But I like where I live.
It's not even about where liking where
So
I
you're not
live. It's
willing
just
to
like
give.
right now I have to pick up and leave.
But is there?
You need to create a plan to do that. You need to create a purpose, a vision, and a goal towards, okay, well, maybe if I move closer, I'll allocate 4 to 6 hours extra of my life to devote to exercise or going to the grocery store to pick up healthy food
Okay.
or pre-planning
But
my
I do
meals.
go to the grocery store and pick up what I think is healthy, and I just don't really feel that I need to move to another city to lose 10 pounds. I mean, it's 10 pounds.
There's got to be a
Well, you know
compromise.
what? You gained
Let
weight
me-
because you are living in a different city. How about that?
No, but here's
I mean,
the
what if
thing.
I'm gaining
There's
weight
gotta
because
be a
I'm stressed
compromise.
out?
Well, then maybe you need to once again check your priorities of your hierarchy of life. You've chosen monetary, material issues, okay, over your actual health and your happiness. So you need to really check your life priorities.
I mean, that's in your opinion.
Well, it seems like a basic fact because you're asking for help. I'm offering
Just
you the.
to lose the
I'm
weight.
offering you
You're
the
a
solution.
professional.
I'm offering you the solution, and you're not willing
But
to
you're
accept that solution.
Of course, I'm willing to accept the solution, but I want a
Okay.
reasonable solution, not a
Here's a
solution
reasonable
that's going to make me
solution.
move across town
Here's a
and spend
reasonable
more money
solution.
on a new
Stop
rent.
eating hamburger fast food joints and start eating salads from the grocery store. How about that a solution? Are you willing to
Okay,
do
but
that?
I don't have time to go to the grocery store, buy
I
the
just gave you the
ingredients and chop
solution,
them
and you're not
up.
willing to accept it.
What if I have a salad from a fast food
Okay,
place?
exercise twice a week since you're not exercising at all. Do
How
that.
many hours and how many minutes should I be working out?
There's no calculated risk. It's about the intensity. There's so many intangibles. No one can give you a short-term answer. Carmela, can you teach me everything about the law in one day, yes or no? Yes or no? Can you teach me your 3 years of law school in one day? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, can I teach you everything about health, wellness, and nutrition in one day? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, exactly. So it takes more than just this talk show with David to give you all the answers.
It
So when you
sounds like what
fire
you're
back
saying is
questions
that we
to
need
me,
to we
okay,
need
I
to
can't fire back all
reprioritize.
the answers to you in
But
one
let me
answer.
ask. I gotta ask this because you're a fitness professional. You live, you breathe, you bleed fitness, and it shows. They're working mothers, and forget even about the two professional women we have here. We have mothers at home who don't have that time. Okay. There's got to be a medium between where you are, where you work, you have the time, you've put a lot of time, you've come to where you are, and where they're so busy they barely have time for themselves. Forget about even anything else. They barely have time for themselves, obviously, because she's giving to her children, and she has 2 jobs. What is the medium where someone can take baby steps? It's about baby steps. You're there. It's for people who can't, taking baby steps to get there. Where do you start? And moving is a little difficult.
I'm going to give you some simple answers without interruption is what I ask, okay? If you're not doing any exercise, the first thing I would advocate is walking. If you're not doing anything, start with walking. Simple as that. If you're eating fast food, stop eating fast food, okay? If you go to the grocery store,
I exercise
I asked
nor
you
do
to not
I.
interrupt. If you're going to the grocery store 1 time a week, how about you cook only 1 time a week?
She walks the baby. She says she walks the
I
baby.
run, actually.
She runs,
I'm
and
a
she's
long-distance
breastfeeding.
runner,
Okay.
And I don't eat fast food, ever.
Okay. If you're at work, how about working out on your lunch break? How about that as an advantage? Since you know you can't work on your drive because you're in your car, but if you are allocated 30 minutes to an hour on your lunch break,
Walk to the
how about,
park.
How about walking in your park in your lunch break as opposed to, once again, shooting off to fast food for your lunch?
So you want us to walk
That's a solution. Yes, if you're not doing
in
anything,
high
start
steps.
walking.
heels
Baby
and
steps.
in,
You bring
Florida in the heat?
let's not be difficult.
During our
bring
lunch hours?
bring sneakers to work and put them in keep them in your car. How about that? Put sneakers on your lunch break and walk to the restaurant as opposed to driving to it and eating fast food.
This
What
is the
if
quick
we-
fix.
But
Here's
see,
some
I
quick
don't do
fixes.
that. I bring my lunch to work.
We
And
have
what
a
do you
gym
bring?
in our building.
I'll bring a sandwich, whatever I cooked. If I had time to cook, whatever it is, I bring it to lunch the next day or something, anything, maybe a frozen meal.
Gabby,
Okay.
I mean, I just think it's a little ridiculous to
the
walk on my
summary
lunch
is
break.
the summary is that you have a self-defeating cycle of life, and you need to recheck your priorities and your lifestyle management.
Okay.
And it's about organization and structure.
Sounds great. Up next, how to read a nutritional label and know what to look for first. We'll show you how to better understand what foods are good for you and what to look for to lose weight and be healthy. Okay, so here we have everyday food products. Let's start with the most common question, regular or fat-free?
Okay, so when we talk about regular fat-free, the idea of the food manufacturers is to dupe or fool the consumer. So although something may be fat-free, we actually have other ingredients placed in the product, such as high fructose corn syrup, to still provide the same flavor, although they may claim it's to still be fat-free. The problem is that high fructose corn syrup is just equally a killer as actual fat.
How many meals should we eat per day?
Okay, once again, you're thinking about science and numbers, okay? Your body doesn't know meal numbers, your body doesn't know time of day. So you hear reports in science saying, don't eat anything past 9 p.m. Well, do you think your body has a clock inside of it that says, oh, it must be 9 p.m., no longer time to eat? No. So once again, it's talking about how many meals per day.
Because everybody's eating before 7 o'clock or 7:15.
And they're stopping, but we're seeing an inversion of that. We're doing what's called nocturnal nutrition. It's important if we're going to sleep for 6 to 8 hours to supply ourselves with good food before we go to bed. Essentially, when we're sleeping, we are starving ourselves,
That
which is
midnight
bad.
snack is a good thing.
Right, a midnight snack, but it has to be smart. So I'm a big fan of, I like to cook egg whites before I go to bed, or I have a protein shake before I go to bed. So that way I'm actually feeding myself during my sleep. Because it's not good to go long bouts to go in starvation mode. We don't want that.
Well,
Okay?
PC, I think you need to clarify on the midnight snack because some people will take that as a green light to have a bag of potato chips, so have the whole tub of ice cream at midnight
once
before
again-
they go to bed.
well, once
So, because a lot of people are eating at 7 o'clock and not eating later, so now they're like, oh yeah, we can have dinner, or we can have the midnight snack and eat a whole tub of ice cream. So,
Well, what do we put the term snack synonymous to? Ice cream, cookies.
Right.
So we need to change the culture of the naming of it. Let's not call it midnight snack. Let's call it nutritional eating before, nocturnal nutrition. That's what we're trying to
Nocturnal
change the
nutrition.
culture
I like
of
that.
what we call foods. A lot of people get so busy before they have to jet out to work when they wake up in the morning, they also starve themselves. They maybe have a cup of coffee and they're on their way. So if you essentially went 6 to 8 hours of sleep and then didn't have breakfast, your next meal isn't until lunch, imagine that you're actually going 12 to 14 hours without eating, and your body begins to listen to how you treat it. So then when you do have that first meal at lunch, your body's gonna say, wow, Carmela starved me for 12 hours. I'm gonna hold on to
Store it.
everything she gives me
then
because she
I
went into starvation mode on me for 12 hours.
Right.
So you do that repetitive cycle, and then we're in a self-defeating starvation mode cycle. So you should have some smart food right before you go to bed. You should have, I also, just like I'm having egg whites before I go to bed, I'm also having egg whites the first thing I do when I wake up.
this is fantastic. Thanks so much for coming, guys.